So I'm going to read from a short story that's called Pomegranates for Dinner, and all you really need to know is that the whole time it's based off of, a lot of times there's a pale seed inside of a pomegranate, and so the narrator is thinking that that's the seed that you get to make a wish from. So here we go. You were upset because I would not tell you how the affair with the beggar started. I did say to you I was growing bored of us. You were upset then and upset now when I tell you that I wanted the adrenaline of a new lover, the guilt of an affair. I wanted to feel something other than the stagnant river of 7 years we have created around each other. 7 years of us that have gone dormant, quiet in our moments, and haven't you noticed that I've begun to ignore you? Haven't you noticed that I grow angry if you touch me? That I no longer speak to you in the same voice as before, no longer use the high-pitched tone reserved only for you, and use the flat voice I address strangers with? How have you not noticed that more and more you tell me I'll be alone for dinner, that you're working late, it's a big case, and you're going to grab dinner with your coworker, the woman lawyer who is taller than you and thinner than me. You come home from these nights smelling of cocktails and expensive perfume, and I imagine you two together fucking on the desk at work in front of the framed photograph of the two of us. You telling her how you've been stuck with me for 7 years and refused to marry me for fear of being stuck with me for a lifetime. Or worse, paying me alimony later because you finally could not stand it and left me, but I am nothing but a girl who plays with clay and sells her pots and dishes, and you have your lawyer job with lots of cases and plenty of money, and you don't really need me anyway. You fuck her like this, and she comes when she thinks of the secrecy of you two doing this in the dark office late at night with only the moon coming through the big window lighting up the curves of your bodies. Standing in the doorway of the kitchen, holding the pale seed between my fingers, I am frozen and watching. You move slow after you fight your way off the couch. Perhaps it has fatigued you. At last you stand in front of me, waiting. Waiting for what? Me to put this wish of yours inside your mouth, to place it tender on top of your tongue? Listen as you smash it against the roof of your mouth? We watch each other. I tell you again about my illusion of you with the woman you work with, that my affair has ended, but I think yours is ongoing. You tell me still it never happened. You were never with the woman you work with. You never desired her. Why do I keep bringing this up? Inside your pupils there is a softness I have forgotten. Or perhaps you have discovered how to hide it from me. We used to search for this white seed together. Memories that make me regret the death of our love. Here in our house, you stand before me in the doorway of our kitchen. I move my hand with this diamond between our faces. Squeeze. It bursts between my fingers, and I am satisfied the juice is clear and will not stain as it fills the lines of my fingerprints and wets my skin. You grow angry with me, angry that I brought up my fantasy of you and that the woman, and that I am the one who had the affair, and why would I smash the wish like that? You yell at me that I'm the cheat, I'm the whore, I'm the one who stopped caring when I fucked that guy who bags our groceries. And what was I thinking? And what do I do with myself all day long while you're at work? The house is clean enough, but you think it might be cleaner since I have so much time on my hands, and you need your gray suit taken to the cleaners. Why haven't I done that yet? Fuck you, I say. Fuck you and your suit and your clean-shaven face with smooth skin that no longer holds in my scent but attracts the tall, thin woman you work with. Fuck you. The noise we create, which is so uncommon to this house, shakes the paint and the pictures hanging on the walls and makes the petals fall from the flowers I bought myself and have since begun to die but refuse to throw away. They land on the tabletop on the floor. The noise wakes the dog, who is sleeping on his mat in the living room next to the couch you were slumped into, and he wanders into the kitchen and stands next to me. He wants to know why I, who have been so quiet with him and making so much noise, and you making so much noise at me, causes him to begin to growl at you. You stare at me and stare at the dog growling beside me. Instead of calling me a bitch or saying you hate me, you look at the dog with his muzzle pulled back and showing his teeth and hear the growl low in his throat, the same place he whimpers from in his sleep, and you kick him hard in the ribs. His yelp is loud and hurts my skin as it echoes off the tiles of the floor and reverberates into the house. You watch us both. You are frozen now, crippled perhaps. The dog, he is lying on the floor now, and I crouch next to him to pet his head and tell him he is okay, everything will be okay, and I'm using my other hand to touch his side gentle, to see if the bones are broken or if they're swelling or he could be internally bleeding. His eyes are full of pain. I don't look at you, I say nothing to you, but I see you standing in your same place watching me soothe the dog and murmuring to him. You don't say anything because you know there's nothing you can say that I will hear right now. There is the rubbing of sock against the tile from the pressure of the pivot. Your feet turn away and you drag them across the floor in your walk to carry your tired body to the spot on the couch in front of the television. It is too much energy to lift your feet. You cannot think now as you sit pretending to finish watching your basketball game. I hear the pop of your teeth breaking the meat of the arrow and chewing the hardness of the seed. You are absent, and I'm going to be sick, and I try to run to the toilet without tripping over the dog, but I stumble and vomit on the floor and then again in the toilet. I walk back to the dog, who still whimpers, wipe the corner of my mouth, and call from the kitchen, asking you, does it feel good now to be free? Thank you.